So, Dean, great win against Scunthorpe, and of course the draw at Wigan. Were you disappointed not to take the 3 points at Wigan, or were you happy with the draw?
At half time I was probably sat in there, the happier manager being 0-0 because they were better than us in the first half. But after the game, probably a tad disappointed that we didn't come away with all 3 points. But that's a sign of how far we've come as a football club, because Wigan, with the resources they've got and the players they've got at their hands, is testament to us, and that we can go there and be disappointed with just 1 point.
And coming up, of course, it's a derby, isn't it? It's a local derby. Burton Albion this weekend. 1 and 2 playing each other. A really big game. Is it probably the biggest game of the season so far? Or has it come too soon for you? How do you feel?
No, I mean, I think it's our first ever competitive game against Burton Albion. They've come through the non-leagues and up through League 2 and now League 1, and they're top of the league, and rightly so, with the performances and the momentum they've had. Not many people would have predicted it would be 1v2 after 12 games. Burton and Walsall playing each other, but it just shows how well both clubs are doing. Be a really good game. It's international break weekend, so a lot of highlights on that game, and it gives us a fantastic opportunity to go top of the league if we beat them.
Yeah, because it's points difference, and you've got goal difference, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. So it's a great opportunity for us, but they'll also see it as an opportunity for themselves to keep themselves in the spotlight as well.
And of course, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank has picked up the reins from Gary Rowett, and has done a cracking job there so far, like you yourself here at Walsall, hasn't he? Yeah,
you just look at their rise, and from Nigel Clough through Pesky Salido, through Rowett, and now Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. There's been a real steady incline in how the club's lifted, and it's a credit to everybody who's worked there, and certainly their board as well, who've brought in the right people. And it'll be a tough game for us, we know that, but we're ready for it.
Yeah. And how much extra boost or confidence did the lads get after the game with Chelsea? The result wasn't the right one, but I mean they must have been really pleased, and you must have been pleased at least with the performance.
Yeah, I said after the game I thought the scoreline probably flattered them a bit, but if you can't take confidence from the comments that Jose came out about us afterwards, then you never will. A man of his standing in the game of football as a coach, for him to come out with the words that he did, and you don't need to, and he didn't need to, gives everybody a big boost at the football club.
And of course it must be good for you as a manager, and Tom Bradshaw being nominated September's Player of the Month. That must be absolutely fantastic.
It's been brilliant. I got Manager of the Month last year, and Sam Manton was up for Player of the Month last year, and now Tom Bradshaw this year. So it shows at the football club that we're doing things right, and we need that to continue the upward trend.
And looking ahead again to Saturday, will you change things? Will you stick to the formations that you're happy with, or how will you face it?
Well, I've got an idea of how Burton play. I've watched them a couple of times, and my assistant Richard O'Kelly's watched them a few times as well. So we'll have an idea of what to expect, but our concentration will mainly be on ourselves and what we can go and do to hurt them. And I'll have a look, see who's fit. We'll obviously lose Neil Everidge. He's out in North Korea at the moment playing for the Philippines, and Jason Demetriou out in Cyprus on international duty. So there'll be a couple of enforced changes, but
generally
just them two missing.